Good morning, Redwoods. It's Monday morning, guys. Redwoods Redemption. Monday morning. So I haven't said the word out of I didn't want people not to be able to see redwoods because of a word. But I know you heard me mention 132. 132, where are you? Suicide. I said it. Did you guys get outside? Did you look up? Did you breathe? Did you stretch out? Did you unplug? Did you remember the little things add up? Good and bad? So over the weekend, a golfer took his life. And they threw up the suicide number and they said the word suicide. But in between these suicides that are, I guess, newsworthy, this one was a sports news. But in between, you can't say, people won't even say the word when they're making a YouTube video. And I'm saying, how in the world are you going to help somebody when you can't even talk about it? But it starts with little things. Little things. So if you put down your phone or put your phone in your pocket or something and you're walking somewhere in public at the grocery store, at the gym, at the wherever it is, and you try to practice, you tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna look everybody in the eyes and smile, at the very least. And you realize people rarely make eye contact anymore. And it's impossible if you're looking down at a screen and walking past somebody, But then we talk about suicide and then wonder why. Some people, I think this is the issue, and nobody wants to say it because it's ugly. The people want to talk about mental health, but they leave out how ugly it is. It's not most people, and this is most everybody, not just healthcare people. And let's say it is both. It's everybody. I'm not singling anybody out, but it seems to be consistently a male dominated problem. And I'm not excluding anybody. I'm just approaching it from that because of the numbers and because it's just obvious. And I mean, in my own life and losing a loved one to it. But it's back to that, it's ugly. And so the reason I guess I said male suicide and is because let's say you have women dominating the field of psychology, which is true. That this is not an attack. This is saying, I know from personal experience that, okay, let's just take this. When a man cries, it can lead, it's instead of here's a box of tissue, it's put this building on shutdown. It's don't let this guy in the courthouse because he could be a threat because he's emotional. He's lost his child. He's emotional, and it's a threat. And I mentioned lose the child because family court, if you just go sit there, you'll see what happens. And then people say, suicide, oh, what happened? Are you serious? Are you really asking what happened? I mean, if you're really just been under a rock and just don't have much life experience, then that's fine. $132, where are you? I use that number because that's the one they'll admit to. They don't count when people do it slowly. With drugs and alcohol, just not taking care of yourself, just dying a slow death, a slow suicide. They don't count the ones where somebody gets in a car and takes their seatbelt off and goes fast as they can into a ditch or something. But to the ones they are counting, do you really want to try to fix the problem? Do you really care? Do you really, truly care? Because your hands are going to get dirty. You're going to have to deal with some emotional people, men and women. I'm not excluding anybody. Because I have a feeling that, not that there's going to be less male suicides, but there's going to be more female suicides, and that number's going to rise. And I don't have to say why. I think everybody knows why. So how do we stop it right now? How do you stop the bleeding? What do you do about it? And obviously nobody just has the answer. But there are things they hadn't tried yet. I do know that. There are some things. And I think it would take people like you and me doing something outside of anything to do with the government or the medical industry, etc. So that's That's what Redwoods is. Could you get some people together? Could you get, say, 5 of the 132 today? Could you get them to meet somewhere? Has that ever been attempted? And somebody might say that's a crazy idea or horrible. Okay. I'm fine with that. I'm not claiming to have any kind of answer. I don't have any kind of special knowledge or wisdom. I do have experience. I know about what's going on at the family, quote, family courthouse. I know what's going on with we used to strap a dummy made out of clothes and newspaper to a bicycle. And we'd get way up there on top of that hill and push that bike down this really steep ravine or whatever. And it would go rolling down through here and out through that way. That tree wasn't there, obviously. Tons of fun. Great memories. And this was his favorite spot. There was a big limb that came all the way across out here. This right here, a beautiful limb. I'm trying to paint a picture of what it looked like when we were kids. Hasn't been quite a year and he took his life. But he had been harming himself for a long time. So why can't we do something different? Why can't we try something different? Redwoods Redemption, Monday morning. Get outside, guys, and find one another. How about that? How about we try that?